Check, check, check. All right. We are live here with Canadian Famous Podcast, episode number 6. How does this work? Oh, we both got a mute, I think. Yeah, because we don't need to hear it. Episode number 6 with your host, Braydon Lynch, and I've got in the studio with me today guest JamEasy Cummins. Oh, yeah, there you go. He let himself in. Nice.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
in this industry, sometimes you gotta let yourself in. If you're having trouble with gatekeepers, you gotta build your own gate sometimes, or make people let you join the live. Oh,
You got to turn your audio down. There you go. Oh, and I got to do the same. There we go. Beauty. We're cooking with Crisco. We got 1 viewer, 2 viewers, 3 viewers. Joe Nathan's in there.
hell yeah!
Right on.
So you do the podcast like this is gonna go on your.
I'll put that on YouTube.
YouTube, and then
And then
doing
this
one
goes
for
on Spotify.
the live. So you have to tune in live to the Tugging It Tuesdays to get this. You don't edit it
It's
either
not
way.
even what it's called anymore, but
What do you
it's
call it now?
Canadian Famous Podcast.
Canadian Famous. This
But-
is gay.
I do it
Comment
on
section.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Comment section's lighting up. Starting off with
Gavin.
"This is gay."
Wow, we thought that that's what we'd get. Yeah, it's Canadian Famous now.
All right. Well, you got a good
No, I
guess
don't
for it
edit.
then.
It's uncensored, raw, uncut.
I don't know if I'm not famous, but there's a good trajectory going on right now where I feel like this could be worth something in 5 years.
Yeah, I feel like you were just saying. I was thinking about the famous thing. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you're famous in strip clubs.
I'm not even.
You're known in those parts, right? You look like a strip club DJ.
Yeah,
right
with
now.
this hat, I'm really taking me back to my strip club DJ days. Now, coming to the stage, the Canadian Famous Podcast.
Dude, that's pretty good. Do that again.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to tip your servers. They're working hard while the strippers are getting you hard. Fellas, go to the back room and enjoy a private dance from one of our lovely dancers. Yeah.
There we go. Is there sound now, Gavin?
Oh, because we both had the sound off.
Yeah, you were rolling there.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to tune into the episode on YouTube now. We like to mute the first minute and a half on the Canadian Famous Podcast, and it's all visual.
Yeah, and now we got four joined in now, and and that's since we got our audio going here, eh? Let's fucking
Once you pump sound in, people are like, oh, I'll tune in.
yeah. Someone's calling us gays in the comment section. We're gonna be posting this, so anybody says anything cancelable, you're gonna get canceled.
Gavin in the house, and if you're dyslexic like me, you could read his name as Gay in the House.
It looks like gay in the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Gay in the house. What's that?
That's like
Burning down the house, talking head.
I thought you were trying to come up with like a nice song for a sitcom maybe about gay guys living in a house. It's like Gay Big Brother, Gay in the House. If you ain't gay, get the fuck out. Oh, is there no swearing allowed on this podcast?
You can swear on this podcast. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You can say
Okay.
titties. You can say ball sack. You can say crack. You can say crack in a ball sack up an asshole.
Crack in a ball sack up an asshole. So that would be a ball bag going in somebody's ass that has a crack in it, which probably you don't want when you're inside of an asshole because it's a dirty place to be and you don't want to fill your crack in your sack.
Very dirty place to be.
Well, shit.
Someone says say the N-word. Okay, let's take it easy there, Alberta.
Alberta's in the chat?
I don't know. It's probably some troll. CJ Bishop.
Oh, CJ Bishop. Okay.
Do you know him?
Yeah. He's a comedian out of Hamilton.
Oh, it sounded like you were saying he's a cunt, and I was like, oh yeah, let's get into it.
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah, man. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, comedy. Let's talk about canceling, getting canceled. The fucking.
Who's getting
Well,
canceled?
no, what I was talking
that
about earlier, like offending.
Oh,
jokes that
you're
you
getting
wish
canceled in your hometown for talking about the big funeral of 06. It's funny that was like such a big news in your town. There must how many people are in your
It wasn't
town?
06. It happened last year.
Okay, well.
in December. But
How
there's
many
5,000 people in my town.
5,000 people in your town, so
Yeah.
almost everyone went to the funeral then.
And that's why everyone's pissed off about the joke about the funeral. And so then now my dad's like,
For context, can you
should've
give
cut
people?
that.
You want to?
Anyway,
You don't want to say
no,
this?
we can keep going. It's fine.
I'm just tell the people what the joke was about. The
Oh, the
premise.
joke was it was about a can of beer at the funeral, and I said white trash. I can understand why people would be offended by it, I guess. It wasn't the intent of the joke, obviously. I thought it was funny. I didn't think it was that harmful, but I do feel bad about it, and anybody who saw it at that time probably, hurt them. But yeah, it's weird how it's like people hold you to that later.
Yeah.
Do you have any jokes like that, like about family?
Yeah, I have one that I wouldn't want my family to hear, but I have one about my grandma's dementia. And I told my mom about it, and she laughed. She thought it was funny. It's about
Yeah.
like my grandma near the end of her life. She was drinking so much beer, and she would forget how much she was drinking. Like she would honestly like drink a crazy amount of beer. Like I'm the one that would go pick up empties from her house, and there'd be like 3 empty cases of 2.4s like a week. Like she'd
Yeah.
be crushing beers, and eventually she had some spills and falls, so we had to switch her on a non-alcoholic. But since she had dementia, she didn't even know it, so she would just power through non-alcoholics. Then she was just crushing non-alcoholics.
Yeah, I feel like
That's not the joke. I'm
that
not telling
happens
you
with
guys the joke.
that's what happens with the elderly though. Like they get old, but they don't want to quit drinking. They're like, fuck that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going, and I get it. Being sober is tough. Not drinking is tough. But yeah.
I remember the doctor was like telling my mom she can't drink that much, but my mom was like, "She's just let her do what she wants."
Yeah, it's like they're in their 70s.
What are we trying to keep her alive longer?
Yeah.
Enough is enough already.
We weren't even canceled. Now we are. Family hates us now. But no, I mean that's how my grandpa was too. Like he wanted just to keep boozing, and once we put him in a home and he couldn't keep boozing, he was just like that was it.
That's
and
it.
it was like
Punch the
from
clock.
there it was just like completely that was like the last fucking straw, right?
My dad doesn't like my comedy. Like I have jokes about him cheating on my mom and making fun of him a lot, and he's not a big fan of that. Dad, are you in the chat?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. It's the
Is your
same
dad
thing.
in the chat?
No, he doesn't have online, but he.
But your thing opened up with talking about how they were swearing at the funeral in the eulogy, and that's white trash. But I've done many eulogies, and one of my eulogies for my granny, I swore a lot, and I was getting so many laughs. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, like the guy killed, and I wasn't saying that it was white trash about the F word, or like I was saying in the can of beer up on the mantelpiece, like a can of Budweiser. I was just like, it's redneck, and it wasn't like anything that was supposed to hurt anyone. It was just like a description of how different my small town is. In the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, 5,000 people compared to the people in Toronto watching that show.
Right.
It's completely different, right? So for me to say, oh yeah, white trash was the wrong word to use.
What do you think the right word is?
Well, I don't know, redneck. I don't know. Let's dial back to red. I don't know.
Redneck.
I don't think redneck's even that bad, or like a bad word, is it? I don't know. Is it?
I think
who knows what's
Okay.
offensive now? That's the point of it all. It shouldn't.
Let's talk about the difference between white trash and rednecks, because personally, I'd rather be a white trash than a redneck, because I think redneck is very associated with racism. But white trash is just like, yeah, you had macaroni for dinner 7 days a week or something. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. I mean, I thought that they were kind of like two and two in the same, and I'm sure people think that I'm both of them.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I was trying to make a joke about the similarity, or like how different that would go if there was a can of Budweiser at a funeral here in Toronto,
You know what?
And people understood that. And the joke wasn't meant to hurt anyone back in Saskatchewan and make them feel like they were white trash or anything like that. But
Somebody asking, is the neck red from burning? Yeah, that's the when you're a white guy in this hot sun and you're probably wearing a wife beater all day, chances are your neck's gonna get red. And that's how you become a redneck.
that's what it is.
You might be a redneck. Is that no? What is
Yeah,
it?
those guys are, you might be a redneck.
Was it redneck?
Yeah. They had so many of them.
Yeah.
Or that guy had, that was his whole
Yeah,
shtick.
it was Jeff Foxworthy.
You might, and that's if that joke is told in the same thing. You might be a redneck if there's a can of beer at a funeral, on the mantelpiece. That's all that's all the joke was supposed to be about. But I said white trash. I don't know. It got taken out of context. I am sorry that it hurt people. I get that. I understand that it was early, um, but the joke wasn't ever intended to harm anyone. It was about a can of beer at a funeral. And
Yeah.
honestly, I thought it was good. I was thirsty. I wanted to drink the fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
The level of disrespect is like, can you imagine? That's a better way of getting canceled by your hometown. It's like, oh, you hear what happened to Braydon? It's like, oh yeah, he told a joke about a can of beer on the mantelpiece. At least it's not. Yeah, he drank the can of beer that was on the mantelpiece.
Right.
You imagine the level of disrespect. You just go up there, take the beer, shotgun it. I'm not gonna do that. Obviously, did I think about it? No.
Yeah, I mean, Irish people that we drink at funerals, so I'm used to having drinking at funerals, and I think maybe I don't even know what I would call it. I wouldn't call it white trash or redneck. It's just like,
Well, it was at the service though.
yeah.
Make sure you speak into that. Like head
I,
on. You don't have to look at me. Look at me in there.
every once in a while, I like to peek over. I don't know.
Get the good audio for the Spotify list.
But then on here, we're gonna be looking down so much.
I know. I thought about that too. You can look up at certain
This
times.
is a logistical nightmare. This show.
Oh wow, whatever.
What was I gonna say? I think your family would have been okay with the joke if you could just call them country instead of
Well, the joke didn't even include my family. It wasn't my family's
whatever
funeral.
your country.
Yeah,
town.
the people. Yeah.
Country bumpkins.
Yeah, if I would have said country, yeah, I mean, and that's, and that was the thing. I did the joke early, I put it out early, and I don't know. But the thing with it, the beer was at the service in the church. It wasn't like afterwards. It was normal. We all drank afterwards, right? Like, but the joke it wasn't supposed to hurt anyone. But that's the thing with social media and everything nowadays, and pumping out content, pumping out reels and stuff. You put out jokes that are maybe premature, that you're like, oh, is me saying that there's a can of beer up on the mantelpiece, me saying that's white trash, is that going to hurt someone if they see that right now? Like that, you look at comedy even 10 years ago, that doesn't go through anyone's mind because nobody's posting that joke, a week later or whatever. But in today's social media, you're like, oh, I got to edit I got to edit the content and see if there's a clip, cut the clip, put it out. Right. Like, and most of the times the AI does it. Right. Like,
Did you even cut this clip? Or Backroom did?
no, I cut it.
Oh, you did. Also, this iPhone's pissing me off because I'm trying to turn it down all the way and I can still hear it. Look, it still leaves a little bit. What, you can't be mute, iPhone? What the fuck is that about?
Why? I think people can still hear you.
No. They can, but it's echoing, and I think
Oh, it is echoing? How can you hear that?
I can just hear it a little bit because I got the golden ear. That's why.
Well, those aren't very good headphones then. I can't hear shit. These are noise canceling.
Really?
I don't know. I can't hear that. Do you want me to turn this one down or what?
No. It's fine. It's fine with me. I just think
okay.
it probably sounds like shit for people watching there. But it's probably fine for if you're going to check it out on YouTube later. Canadian Famous. Is that what it's called? Or Canada Famous?
Yeah, Canadian Famous.
Canadian Famous.
Is it echoing on the Instagram? If it's echoing, give a thumbs up.
Let us know if it's echoing in the chat.
To the two people that are watching.
It's definitely delayed.
Thumbs up if you can hear. Thumbs up.
I like this thing here. Where'd you get that? Mexico?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess the YouTube thing will pick that up.
Mexicans love dead shit.
They love the land of the dead.
They love it.
Yeah. It's so tough not drinking there too.
I never tried it.
You never tried? Have you been to Mexico?
Yeah, I've never tried not drinking there.
Why don't you turn yours up and mute it, and I'll turn mine all the way down so that it doesn't echo?
We don't even need to turn it up. We don't need volume on these.
Yeah.
We don't need to hear ourselves.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So why is it echoing?
I don't know.
Oh, that's why. Because I have my volume up. There you go. Is it better now? No, but it's still echoing.
Yeah, it doesn't. So iPhone, I got a new thing for you, Steve Jobs. Why don't you fucking give us the option to turn it all the way down when we're watching it live? What the hell? Why is that not an option?
We got a job for you, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it? I don't know why it doesn't turn down. Maybe his Instagram doesn't let it.
Is Steve Jobs dead?
Oh, yeah, dude. He died like 7 years ago.
Oh, damn. R.I.P. Steve Jobs.
I'm pretty sure they already made a movie about him, so.
Yeah, but they make movie about people while they're alive. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook.
Well, I mean, yeah.
The Social Network. Seems like a real asshole on that one. Yeah, they're all a bit of a nerd.
They're all nerds.
To invent something so great, you have to be a nerd. You can't spend time hanging out with friends.
Do you think Instagram and Facebook's great, though?
I think it's made a lot of money. I think it's taken over the world. So in a sense,
Yeah.
it's an invention that worked out.
Maybe it came from the aliens, though. Maybe the aliens were like, this is how you can collapse fucking humanity, is with this fucking thing called Facebook or Instagram.
Somebody's saying Brucey Penner. Who's that?
Oh, that's a buddy of mine back in Saskatchewan who I don't know if he's on board with the canceling of me for the joke. That
So are you not welcome back in your own town?
Oh, I don't know. I show up and I just, they're like, we didn't appreciate the joke. You can get the hell out. It's like, whatever.
Damn,
I don't think I haven't been back there in a while anyways. There's not much for me there. It's the middle of nowhere. Like a boss and I went back there. We did a show outside of my hometown.
What is your hometown called? Can you say it?
Kinnersley.
Kinnersley.
Yeah.
Bell liked it.
And he says Bruce Penner. That was a guy he was our boss when we were firefighters. Me and this guy.
You were a firefighter?
Yeah, oil field firefighters.
Damn.
And our boss was this Bruce Penner guy, and he was good. He was like, all right. He was kind of nerdy. He pissed me off a lot though. But he says, JamEasy, haven't seen you in forever. Hope you're good.
Hope you're good. Mello, actually slide into my DMs. I'd love to talk to you about smashing a guitar over your head for the sake of a show. Mello's into wrestling. He always carries a guitar, and we had this idea years ago. And we have a new show I would love to do that on. Spoiler alert, I'd love to smash a guitar over your head.
And you're doing wrestling now? Is that what I heard?
No, no, but we had this idea years ago for a show I was running at the time that was Bompton's Top Comic, and I was just saying, come on stage with a guitar, start playing your guitar. I'm gonna come on stage and smash it over your head and talk about how I hate musical comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Just for fun, whatever. But Mello's a great guy. Check him out, if you're not already following Mello comedy.
He says, let's do it.
Yeah, he's down.
Let's see if we can get the people listening on the Patreon to buy Mello the guitar that you can smash over his head.
That'd be great. Yeah, let's crowdfund a guitar to smash on Mello's head.
Hit the link and subscribe button.
Man, yeah, I have so many fun ideas for that Wheel of Comedy show, and that's one of them.
Yeah? Smashing a guitar.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so physical.
There's another guy. Actually, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just say this.
Don't. Physical comedy you got going, eh?
Here we go.
Do you want to pump it up and give it a little...
Wheel of Comedy coming May 13th and May 29th. What's 14 days away from May 13th? We got
27th.
So May 13th and May 27th at Comedy Bar. The link's in my bio. Comedians come on stage, they spin a wheel, and then they have to do whatever it says, like crowd work in a club, like fucking be funny or we shoot you with a gun, like tell us a story about your first heartbreak while we play a love song behind it. Lots of fun things. Freestyle battles if you like to rap. It's been a really fun show.
Sounds like it. I haven't been to any.
Yeah, please come through.
I should come through.
Yeah.
I'll do some improv.
Well, you'll do whatever the wheel tells you to do.
Oh, the wheel makes you
spin a wheel. Yeah. So we have one mystery box. We have one that's freestyle battles. We have one for roasting, which we used to do roast the host, but people didn't want to roast us. And I'm like, something more fun. We throw something up, a picture on the screen. We go, roast this. If you don't want to roast us, roast this. And then it'd be like The Last Supper or like P. Diddy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
Fun shit.
Do you want to do a TikTok live? Do you have TikTok?
And what do you want to do, a dance or something?
We can. No, you can do exactly what we're doing.
I've never done TikTok live. I also don't have much TikTok following, so I don't think it's gonna help you build your.
I think it works though.
Here. What do you mean works?
Like it's like it just pumps it out to random people in your area. Like there's a lot of followers. There's more than 2.
All right, we're
doing all right. But okay, let's see how we can.
I guess we're not Canadian famous yet.
Yeah, we're.
There's only 2 people watching. We've combined forces and brought 2 people into the chat.
Okay, if you guys are watching, follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, you can follow me at James. Come on now. Oh, it's gone.
Okay. I just realized that we're still active for the Spotify people.
Do you
Spotify?
Think wait, what?
Yeah, it's going to be on Spotify.
Yeah.
Do you you're going fucking, you got a bunch of likes there, bud. That's good. Do you what was I going to say? Oh, I was thinking right now, you were talking about Zuckerberg and Facebook and shit like that. Do you think that people like the government doesn't want like suicide to go on because it could be like too hard for the people who run the simulation, like Zuckerberg and them? That was a joke I was thinking of. It's like fucking everyone's like, yeah, we gotta shut down because you're not allowed to say, oh yeah, you're supposed to say
Unalive.
unalive now.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I think it's like, no, stop saying that. We don't want people doing it because if they do it, it's just harder. We're working harder in the
To
simulation to pump people out, right? Because
uh,
everybody's killing them or unaliving themselves.
is are people unaliving themselves at an alarming rate right now? Is that what's
Yeah, they
happening?
have been for a long time. That's why it was like a good thing that people were talking about,
Uh,
suicide prevention. And it's like, and that was the thing that I've heard, anyways, of people that are close to it or whatever, is that there was a whole stigma built around. There was this big stigma built around the word suicide. It wasn't like a thing that people talked about, and then people were talking about it, and there was a lot of like suicidal prevention things and stuff like that, and they were taking the stigma away from it, and people were getting help for it, even though the numbers are at a rapid increase.
uh-huh.
Now they're like, yeah, you can't say that word though. And it's like, wait a minute, that's like you're stigmatizing the word again.
Yeah,
It's
I
like we
think
were doing a lot of work to not have that stigmatized.
I think people are more likely to work towards suicide prevention than they are unaliving prevention. It's a mouthful.
I know it's
My head has to spin in circles before I can even donate or whatever I'm gonna do to help.
I know, but again, it's like it comes back to like everything being offensive. Like people interpret it one way or another, and like I said this on my last podcast, it's like people don't. It doesn't fucking matter what your opinion is. Keep your opinion to yourself. The
Oh,
problem
funny
with
guy.
social media is that you is that everybody thinks that they've got an opinion nowadays.
Mm.
They think that their opinion is the most important fucking thing in the world. Guests, how do we do this? Unlock monthly guest. Oh shit. I don't have that yet.
Oh
So
shit.
just start your own. Just start your own TikTok live, but people will follow,
Oh man.
I
All right.
think.
We'll see.
Or maybe not. There's no viewers. I had a bunch of viewers
Where's
last
live?
time though.
Where is live here? How'd you find lives?
Oh, scroll it over on the right. Oh, you don't have
I
it.
don't even have lives.
Oh,
So
they already have mine taken down because we were saying unaliving people or something.
really?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe not. There's no viewers though, which is weird because there was a bunch last time.
this is what grinding looks like.
I know.
Spotify when we were just trying to fucking hustle for the extra viewer.
Yeah,
We're
we should have a producer doing this, but we don't. That's all right. Oh yeah, I see people are joining in there now.
people are
Um,
joining in.
what do you have in line for big comedy shows or something that like you want to accomplish this year or do?
Man, that's a great question, and I don't really have a great answer for it because I haven't thought about like any. I mean, we're gonna try and tour the West Coast with Triple Decker Comedy. Me, Himanshu Patel, and Dave Luca. We're gonna do that in the fall. The summer, I don't really try and line too much things up because I feel like comedy's a little slows down a little bit in the summer. Like I'm not trying to do a tour or anything at that time.
Yeah,
But no, I'm really excited about building this Wheel of Comedy show and actually like at the very least making it a good YouTube show, and at the fucking very most, maybe we turn it into a fucking actual TV show. You know what I mean? I'd be really
yeah,
excited about that. But that's something like to work towards. That's not this year maybe, but the initial seeds that we're gonna start watering is this year.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's good. So that's what you're striving for. Yeah,
How
that's
about
nice.
you? Anything exciting on the go?
I'm going down to Texas
Yeah.
this weekend. Yeah,
For how long?
on Saturday I'm going for the weekend, and then I go to LA for it's like 9 days or 10 days or something like that.
Are you gonna try and get on Kill Tony while you're out there?
Yeah.
That's on a Monday, right?
Yeah, but so they were supposed to. That was why I went to Texas was so that I could try and get on the Kill Tony on the Monday, but they changed it now, and it's because they're gonna be in L.A. that Friday, the
Okay.
10th and the 12th, and so that's why I'm going to L.A. too.
Oh, you're
But it
chasing
was
them.
like I thought that there'd be I thought I'd get like 3 chances to get on, you know what I
Mm.
mean? But then they canceled this Monday one, so I'm like I only got two, and I went to Austin basically for that, but.
You already went.
No, like I booked a trip
Okay,
to go
okay.
to Austin, so that I could try and get on Kill Tony, or on Rogan's like the Mothership
Yeah, yeah.
on
Or
their
or
open
on
mic or
fucking the
whatever,
Joe Rogan Experience. Get on his podcast. That'd be sick, huh?
right?
That'll change your life.
Well, yeah, you gotta hold them hostage or something to get on there though. Now with my level of, but yeah, no, I thought I could get on the open mic at the club there.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
So I figured I'd go for the weekend. And it was honestly like to fly to Austin and back is super pricey compared
How
to
much?
flying from like LA or to LA. Like I think it's like 750, 800 to go to Austin and back, whereas to go to LA, like you could do that for 400 if you book it like a couple months out.
Man, Canada, fix your fucking airlines, man. The
Yeah.
way you can hop around Europe, I want that to be like America and Canada. Like you can just go to the next state over for fucking $20 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
You went to Ireland last year, right? With comedy?
2 years ago. I went I
Two
went to
years.
Dublin and I went to London, and it was like €30 to go to London and back. And then the
Nice.
the last time I went from Dublin over to Portugal and back for like I don't know 40, €50. Like it was less than 100 for sure.
I know going like to that's what I did last year. I went like Edinburgh to Portugal.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, it was super cheap. And then flying out of Portugal like to Canada, I think is pretty cheap.
Did you fly Ryanair?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Ryanair's the cheap Irish airline.
Yeah, they
God
just like
bless
throw
'em.
you on like it's just like a bus or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Ours when we were landing in London, they fucked up the landing, so they had to come back up and go back down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, oh, we're not gonna land this one. We gotta go back
You're
up.
like, that was a redo first time.
Yeah. I was
Dude,
like,
that's
I woke up
so
from a nap.
sketchy.
I woke up from a nap to like people going, and the plane like shaking like crazy.
It's
And
like,
starting back
dude,
up.
is this a Boeing? Dude, that is like, man, you got to think who are you talking to, guys? We're talking to you, Chris.
I'm the only one
And
in here.
we have a podcast that's recording us right now. Canadian famous podcast. Oh yeah, everybody here just chirps on TikTok.
It also says that there's
He's like,
44 hidden viewers right now. So
yeah.
check that out, huh? Or
Yeah,
maybe
how
that's
about
overall.
that?
Maybe that's
And the,
overall people opening it up and closing it immediately. How do you catch people? Like, what do we have to do to make people continue to
I was
tune
just
in?
thinking about that. We're talking about this guy's like famous. Well, that's the irony of the podcast,
That is-
Canadian famous.
yeah, that
buddy.
is funny.
Hopefully, we made you laugh. We made you hate us.
Canadian
Hopefully, you're like,
famous-
oh, that's a little clever. They're famous, and there's one person watching. Yeah,
People will show up.
yeah.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
homie. That's like the Wayne's World thing. If you build it, they will come. Right? Maybe that's dating myself.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. If you go live, they will watch one at a time and close it.
What did you think of comedy in London? What shows you do there?
I did. I don't know. I can't remember, man.
Did you
I
like
did
it
one,
or no?
I did one called Groovy Comedy. I did one at some like posh bar. I did one. I don't even remember the names of the places, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's different over there though, man. Like comedy, like they expect a different thing. Like, have you watched Baby Reindeer yet?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
So that guy, he's like, that's like English comedy. How it's like all like one-liner, weird slapstick kind of.
Yeah.
It's different, eh? Like it's different than stand-up
Very
here.
very silly and stuff. But no, there was some comedians that do it like us here. But I found Dublin was way more similar to Canadian comedy than
Yeah.
London. Dublin, and I felt like the comics in Dublin. Maybe I was just on better shows there too. But like there were some killers. Like
Yeah, I know. There were some good comics in Dublin, and there were some good shows there too. Like every show that they said was like an open mic felt like it was like no, there's like 50 some people here. Like this is a ticketed good show.
you know how
Yeah.
they don't light you over there, right?
They don't like me?
They don't light you. No, they don't light.
I was
No.
like, what?
No, they.
I'm like, I'm canceled in Ireland too.
They heard what you said.
First my hometown,
heard
and
what you
now
said.
Ireland. They heard
They heard what you
funeral
said about
joke.
drinking at funerals, and they didn't like it.
Fuck.
No, they don't give you the light. I don't know if that was the show. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember getting the light
so
ever.
so I was on a show, and I asked my friend in the audience to be like, okay, put your hand up when I'm at like 7. I was supposed to do like 7-8 minutes.
Yeah.
And well, they said they did, but I didn't see it. Anyways, then I see the guy that's hosting the show like flashlight, but I'm such a narcissist piece of shit that I think he must be taking a picture of me because I'm doing so good right now. He must be wanting to capture this moment when JamEasy Cummins came through the town. You know what I mean? And I end up doing like another 4 minutes, and then I'm like, and then he's like really lighting me, and I'm like, oh shit. When I get off and I see I did like 12 instead of 8,
And then you're like,
And-
oh, I'll do another minute.
and I felt so bad. And the guy, and I was like, man, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't know that you lit me. And he's like, you saw the light. And I'm like, I thought you were taking a picture, man. I'm like, just punch me in the face. Just punch me in the face. I felt so bad because if I'm the host of a show and this guy that I'm like pretty much doing a favor to, like, oh, you're passing through town, let me
Yeah,
do a
yeah.
little time. And then you're gonna run the light like by that much.
Oh,
It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
Oh, yeah.
So I might be canceled in Ireland.
Who was it?
Who was it that
Who was the producer?
fuck. I can't.
Was it one of the guys whose number you gave me? Because they were like, "Oh, James is great,"
Oh, that's
and
nice.
they gave
Okay,
me
good.
spots.
Okay, great.
So I don't think you're.
It probably was one of them. It was the one in the basement. It was called
In Stitches or something.
Crash and Burn Comedy or something like that.
Oh, I think I know that one. Yeah, I think that's where I did the Gong Show.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think there was a Gong Show that I did.
It's like a little, probably like 40-seater in a basement kind of thing.
Yeah, red curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the Gong Show contest and I like went to the semifinals or whatever.
Nice.
No, I went to the finals.
Mm.
And then the other guy, he was like he did those well, and it kind of goes back to that style of comedy and why I started talking about, the UK audience is like they love the one-liners, right? Like quick. And so this guy went up and he had like I think he did like 3 little short jokes because we had like an extra minute. And then I picked a joke that was like a minute and a half, and I was like, "Oh, I'm fucked." And so then, like, they cut my mic halfway through the
Oh,
joke,
damn.
and then they got the audience to vote, and they're like, "Well, that guy had 2 other jokes, like made him laugh, so I lost." And then after they gave him like the first place, then like the crowd is like, "Finish your joke, though." And so then I got to like finish the joke. And that smashed, and they were all like, they fucking love that joke.
Nice.
So I was like, that was cool that I got to like have like almost like the last laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Literally, yeah.
you can win first, you little bitch. I got the
Yeah.
last laugh.
Well, I'm crushing. I'm crushing after the bell.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they were also like, well, what are you gonna do if you win? You have to come back for like the round of champions. So like the producer, I think, wanted like the other guy to win too, but I mean, I just fucked it up.
That's what happened when I did it. I don't know if you ever did the Nest in Montreal, but on their Thursdays, like if you have the best joke about something in the night or whatever, something like that, like you get to come back and do another one. And I was like in the finals against another guy, but I didn't get it. But I thought I deserved it. But I feel like they were like, you're not gonna be back next week, so what does it matter?
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of times, yeah, I feel like they can think that they got that in their thing. This guy says maybe podcasts are the friends we met along the way. I think that means that he doesn't think that we suck. Bro, the mayor of Podcast City.
I feel like he's just realizing that it's a podcast and he can't shut up about it.
Can't let gang know I have podcast.
I fuck with podcasts. That's funny.
This guy's funny. He's just chirping. Shark dreams. Man, have you ever thought about how sharks have sex? How do they do that? Do you know?
Not doggy style. I think they go belly to belly and they just wiggle their dicks on their vaginas.
Baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 do. I don't know, man. Yeah, they you know how when you have sex in the shower, it's weird.
Yeah, water makes pussy dry. That's the weird part.
So sharks fucking would not be good.
Or
sharks having sex would just be like.
No, but I think sharks have a more like rubbery
dominance to them.
No,
are you a sub or a dom? There's a shark who's a sub. That's fucking funny. Torture me, choke me,
bite my tail.
A gay shark. Dude, there's no way that sharks are gay. Dude, I guess they could be.
I think there could be. I've seen a gay lion before.
What?
I went to a place called Jungle Cat Wildlife around. It's Eastern Ontario, anyways.
No,
but they have.
Oh, that makes sense. That there was a gay cat.
Well, so they have one cage with all the lions, and then they have one with this other separate lion, and he's all by himself. And I'm like, why is he all by himself? And they're like, we tried to give him a wife, and he's just like, nah. And he won't even hang out like with all the other lions. So and he was just like walking around like roar. he had a very gay strut to him.
He did?
Yeah.
Or did you fabricate that?
Check him out. You can go see for yourself.
It says
at Jungle Cat Wildlife.
What was his name?
I think it was. I'm feeling like it was Leo. But that could just be like the
Theo
lowest.
Or something.
Leo,
yeah.
Leo the lion.
It's like that, and then underneath, they, them.
I fed him.
Identifies it. What? You fed him?
So this place, you can feed the lions, you can feed tigers. You don't go right in the cage, but like you're right outside it. You have like a meat on a stick, and he jumps up and eats it.
Dude, this is like Joe Exotic, Tiger King.
It is like that. It is like.
Dude, that popped up on Netflix the other day, and I said to my girl, I was like, we should watch that again. Like I would watch Tiger King again. I think I watched it a few times, but I would watch it again. That was like
I would go to that zoo. I would go maybe not his zoo, but I would go to Doc Antle's zoo, which I follow his son online, and I think it's in Florida. I think, and their zoo looks insane. It's like a sanctuary. Like There's lots of room to run around. These guys look like they're having a lot of fun with the lions.
It's America, man. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm.
Like,
Like,
that's what's amazing about America.
I know
It's
people don't
just
like zoos and stuff, but like some zoos, I think,
or Americans.
or Americans. I like
America
both.
is a bit of a zoo.
Mm.
Hey,
I like both, and I like animals.
I shouldn't say that. I'm going down there. They stopped me at the border.
Yeah,
They're like,
we've noticed
"We
that.
heard you said that we were a zoo."
Mhm.
No, I didn't. I swear. I was just trying to be silly on a podcast.
You want to live in America, right?
I would.
Yeah, I would like to too.
I'd go down there. I think, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of country to explore. I've explored a lot of Canada, seeing as how I'm Canadian famous.
All zero
Which is-
people watching
yeah.
right now.
Oh, 0 people watching. That's right. But I bet you a bunch tuned in.
Somebody asked, "Would you try out a shark for a good time?" Now, what I think he means is, "Would you fuck a shark?" Which no, I wouldn't. But would I eat a shark? Yes, I would.
You would?
I would eat a shark.
Have you?
No, but I've heard shark fin soup is basically like steroids, and you get fucking jacked, yo.
Serious? Is that why they eat it?
Yeah, testosterone. It's very expensive. You can get it at this Chinese restaurant in Kensington Market if you ask for the fucking number 43. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
But
it sounds like you've had it.
no, but I think there is rumors that there's a place in Toronto where you can get shark fin soup.
Wow. I think
Producer,
I've heard
look it
that.
up.
I think I've heard that. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know if I would have it. I don't think I would. I don't think I would. I've heard that like sharks know, like shark attacks and shit like that, and shark attacks are on the rise right now.
They know if you ate a shark?
I don't think that they know, but apparently sharks know if you're like an evil person or not.
Ooh.
Is what I've heard. Is like sharks, like if you're like a good person and shit, like they can pick up like the aura, the energy, and maybe they're aliens. Who knows? Do you think aliens live down in the water?
Yeah,
That's a theory going on right now.
That's a theory that I've personally started, and the world has been following my lead. I've been saying that for years because octopuses, I think, are aliens. I think, okay, if I'm an alien and I come to Earth, I look at the Earth, most of it's water. I'm gonna be like, okay, water's the place to be. So you go on the water. Aliens, every alien we've ever seen, like, has the head shape of an octopus, and the things that octopuses can do, like change colors, they're very smart. They can like shapeshift almost, like they're very like interesting. They have so many characters. Yeah, very smart. Have you ever seen the documentary My Friend the Octopus?
No, is it good?
Oh yeah, get ready to cry.
It's sad. I know a lot of
It's
octopus
touching.
get
It's
eaten,
touching,
right?
and you just know how smart and special octopuses are.
They are really smart and special. I've heard that.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they could be aliens. Also, there's a NASA badge, or no, maybe it's a Area 51 badge. I saw Brian O'Gorman posted it. Maybe it was NASA or Area 51, but they had a thing, and it was like the alien sector of like the government, like the United States government, and on the badge there's octopus. There's a big squid on it. Think about that. Imagine a big kraken came out of the ocean and was like, "Oh, guess what? I can actually walk on land too. You guys are fucked." 10 little tentacles. That feels like a Superman movie.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man has to save the day.
Yep.
Here's Spider-Man.
But I don't think superheroes are real, unfortunately.
So we're fucked.
Just yeah.
The military's just rifling missiles at them.
Yeah, and
Shape-shifting away. We'd take out
I think we'd probably take them out.
a giant kraken squid, though. What if you had a bunch of little homies? I don't think I could fuck up a regular-sized squid. Definitely not like underwater.
Yeah, I'd be like, ew, it's gross. I
An
don't want to touch
underwater
it.
battle, that thing would you'd.
Oh my God.
If it wanted you dead, you're dead.
You don't stand a chance underwater.
Boom, dead. On land, I'm still not liking my odds. Way too many arms, way too much going on. Are they slippery? Even when they're dry, I bet you an octopus is fucking, little slippery, like a shark vagina.
It's a squid. A squid is like calamari, right? So I think I would just probably fry it up and eat it.
Dude, I don't think so. Like a regular sized squid or an octopus, I think that thing would mess you up.
What is regular size?
Well, I don't know. I think like producer, look it up. Like maybe 4 feet. I think that's probably the average
4
length
feet?
for.
I'll give it
But stretched out, probably a lot longer.
I don't
than
even
that.
know how to hurt them.
Exactly.
You know?
You'd have to. I've heard that once they're dead, you have to. And this is pissing off any octopus or squids that are listening, if they are the aliens. When you kill an octopus, you have to like you bang it on the rocks like a
Mm,
bunch of times. You like smack it on the rocks to tenderize the meat
okay.
before you cook it and you eat it. Mark Krakenitis' uncle was telling me about that because he was from
Mm,
Greece, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember like being in like Greece and we had like an octopus and we had to smash it against the rocks to tenderize it."
that's tough.
Yeah, man. So that's like I think the only thing you could do. If it came at you, you'd have to hope to grab it and then like swing it at the wall like a fucking bat
Well, you have a 1 in 8
by
chance
its
of grabbing
tentacles.
its leg.
Yeah, but then it's gonna latch on. There's no way you can throw that thing hard enough. I don't think you're gonna do it. And it actually creeps me out to think about it. How defenseless I would be if an octopus fucked me up.
Can their tentacles like do any like those little suction
Oh, I bet
cups?
you they could
They
do
could
some
probably do
shit
something.
too.
Yeah.
Little suction cup onto you and then around you, and you
Yeah.
done.
I would
You'd
just
have to
go.
stab it, and it's fucking. You'd have to stab yourself.
I would just go try
Oh,
and get ate by a shark so that we both die together.
you and the octopus?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
you take it
sacrifice
out? Yeah,
myself to a
you do
shark.
like the Game of Thrones, the mountain and
Mm,
fucking and the hound. You're like fuck ahead, both of you go at the same time. That's
mm,
true love, man.
you're
Brother
right.
to brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that octopus documentary did something to you.
Well, I'm trying to kill it with a shark. I love sharks, man. They're great. I Deep Blue Sea when the sharks get smart. What a fucking movie that was, huh?
Oh, I think I do remember
Samuel L.
that one.
Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's giving like an impassionate
Oh yeah,
speech,
and they're down in
uh,
like the little like tent thing or not tent,
like a
the
little like
structure
underwater
underwater. Yeah,
service.
yeah. What
LL
Samuel's?
Cool J.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, what was Sam's speech?
He's basically like
I'm
just talking
tired
about
of
how
you
we're not.
motherfucking
Yeah,
sharks
pretty
in
much.
this motherfucking
We're
ocean.
not gonna fucking die down here. You go to hell and you die. And then the fucking shark just comes in.
The shark takes him out.
Yeah, that was a great movie. I really enjoyed that one.
I do. I think I remember that was like
Hello from Canada. Hello
that was early
we
out
are
two
also in
thousands.
Canada.
Hey,
To Neil
sweet.
Kind.
I don't know who that person is. Are you Toronto or where are you from?
Hello from
This
Toronto. Okay.
from Toronto. We're TO. They're from Alberta. Oh, there's an Albertan in the house.
Oh
And we've
shit.
got a Toronto person. Right on. What's up? Thanks for joining in. This is a podcast with James Cummins and Braydon Lynch. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Braydon Lynch, Braydon. You probably see that.
At James, come on now, and you spell that out. COMEONNOW. Look, Glossy Wheels started following you. They're in the
Do you
fucking. They're in the
think?
mix now.
Here we go. Do you think the
Now
Leafs
we're
are gonna?
building some steam.
You think the
Fucking.
Leafs are winning tonight or what? Are you gonna
Um,
what? We got to wrap this up soon so that we can watch that.
I actually have to go host a show too, but I can do another 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's do
Um,
that.
the Leafs tonight. I really hope they win. It would be nice to see them get by Boston for once, but they seem like they've swapped out players 4 times and still lose to Boston every time.
I
It's not like
know.
it's the same guys. It's new coaches, new GM, new players. Every time you see Boston in the playoffs, you can call it. Tell your wife we're gonna go on vacation next week
Yeah. Two
because the
things.
season's over.
It's over. Dunzo. Dunzo Griffins. But I do got two things on it. One, I think the boys, something's going on internally in the locker room. Either someone bangs someone's old lady, someone's pissed off,
Mm.
or someone's doing drugs. Something's going on because Nylander didn't play the first couple games and he was like saying it was migraines. And then Matthews gets sick and now he might not play tonight. I don't know if he is playing,
Mm.
but it sounds like there's an internal rift. Someone's getting dinked, I think, for sure. Second thing, I saw that this could be simulation glitching. The last time the Leafs beat the Bruins was 1959. Tyler Bertuzzi, or whatever his name is, his number's 59. Now, when they lost in 59, the Bruins were up 3-1 in the series. Then the Leafs won and they went on to win the Stanley Cup. They're saying that the simulation is glitching and that the Leafs are going to win in 7 this series.
This
And
series.
that Tyler Bertuzzi will probably score the game-winning goal in Game 7.
There was one season.
I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm not going to... Should I bet
I'm,
on it?
it's worth a sprinkle. Remember that one
What's the
season where LA Kings they won. They came back from 3-1 series like 3 times in a row, and that's the year they won the cup.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be us.
We'll see.
How the streets would be insane if the Leafs win the cup. Oh my
Oh, I
god!
know.
Like even though like I think it would go more nuts than Raptors did. Raptors ones did go crazy. Like the streets were really and what a great
Dude,
day
it
that
would
was.
be. I think it would be 3 times that
Yeah.
because all the towns, like people from Peterborough, people from
Mm.
Hamilton, people from London, everyone's going to be coming to Maple Leaf Square to watch the Maple Leaf Gardens. Is that even where they play? I think it's Maple Leaf
Maple Leaf
Square
Square
now.
is where they watch
In the little thing, yeah.
or they call it Jurassic Park when
Jurassic
it's
Park. Yeah, didn't we go to a Jurassic Park game together and watch?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we did. Quite certain. It was you and I watched the one game outside, remember? And there were them big screens. We had to go all the way back. I'm pretty sure that was you, man.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it was anyone else, but
I mean, it might have been. It
you
might
don't
have been.
remember that?
No,
I should think
I
about who
remember
that
where I
was.
watched the final game, and that was at. It was like by the water. They had a big screen by the water, close to where like the X is,
Right,
and
right.
and I watched it over there, and that was fun. And
Nice.
um,
Yeah, I think if the Leafs win and they go to like the Stanley Cup Finals and they won the cup, that would dude, this city would be nuts.
that'd be nice, but I don't know, man. Our goalie sucks.
I don't know if you can put it on the goalie, man. Nobody's scoring either. Like nobody's scoring. It doesn't seem like they
Yeah, that's
want to
true.
score. Like nobody's really playing.
Mm.
And Boston's a good team. Boston's a good team, but something's going on with the Leafs where they just seem like they've just got no air in their sails. Like they need me to go in there and give them a pep talk and just you fucking
Get
want to
the,
have a beer at the fucking funeral.
I pissed off everyone I ever met. My
I've
wife
been-
left me. My dog hates me. My dad, he don't talk to me no more. My whole city I came from
Turn their backs on me.
Told me not to come back, but
But
fellas,
you know what I did? I kept fighting. And I won me that Stanley Cup. So now you pull your heads out of your damn asses and go out there and make something happen tonight. All right, there, Marner? You fucking start dishing the biscuit like we know how to. All right, let's go, Willie. Let's put some pucks in the net, boys. No
Man.
more of this dump and chase. Crash the net. Jump someone. Hit the goalie. Fucking get some penalties. Scrap someone right off the draw. Let's see some fucking ambition, boys.
yeah, that would be fun if they just started fight. Like I like that when a game starts and they just drop the gloves immediately and start beating the shit out of
Set
each
the
other.
tone.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done. Game 1. Drop the middies. Let's fucking go. Big titties.
Did you play hockey?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get in fights?
Yeah.
How
I
was
got
your,
in-
what was your record?
That's another reason I'm kicked out of my hometown.
Really?
No, I got kicked out of hockey though in my last year of midget.
For
Yeah,
fighting
I got
too
like
much?
suspended. Yeah, well, there was like a line brawl.
Mm.
So there was a line brawl, and the guy. So we were playing this town that was like 30 minutes away from us. So we knew this one guy on the team, and he used to play for us. He had beef with another guy on the team, I guess. I don't know. I was high the whole time. And anyways, they go into the boards, just level each other. They start going at it, scrapping. Then another guy from their team jumps in to the fight. And I'm like, okay, well, there's the third man in. I got to grab this guy, even though he was short little fucker. I grab him, start kind of pumping him. Then somebody grabs me, obviously, because I'm beating up the short guy. Somebody grabs me. I turn around and go him. Start pumping him, and then I go to skate off the ice. The line brawl is done basically, and I go to skate off the ice, and somebody, as I'm skating off, somebody grabs me from behind. So I turn around and just start swinging. Whack!
Yeah, it's the ref.
Right here, it's the ref,
Damn.
and he goes ass over tea kettle. And he was a lawyer in town.
No.
Oh, yeah. So he was like, I'm gonna sue him and everything. It was like, dude, come on. It was a hockey game.
How old are you?
Like 17.
Damn.
Yeah. I was fighting a lot like out of hockey though too, and it was like so then I got suspended for a month, and I think that was like earlier in the year I got suspended like a month from the rink because I had like beat somebody up in the lobby from another town, and so it wasn't a good time in my life obviously, but the ref, he picked the wrong jersey to tug.
Yeah. He just got caught in the crossfire. It's not like you wanted to punch the ref.
No, but I
One-
remember he had these old skates, like the old ones where it doesn't curve up, where it just goes straight out
Right.
like a toboggan sled. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had those, and I just remember seeing them up in the air and going, oh, fuck, Monty's down. That was the guy's name, Monty. Monty
No.
Shepherd. And he just wore one out of the crosshairs. Didn't mean to. He had a terrible helmet too. He was the funniest ref. He was actually like a good. You picture like an old school ref, like in the
Yeah.
middle of like a
Poor guy.
in the middle of Saskatchewan reffing a game, a lawyer, and he's like mustache, old fucking blades on, could barely skate himself.
Damn.
And he's reffing out of the kindness of his heart. He's a lawyer, doesn't need it, just straight out of passion.
Damn.
And he goes to fucking give this kid a little, hey, you're out of here, boom, fucking
Damn.
poor
man.
guy.
I remember there was a student that punched a teacher in the face in my high school. He knew he was punching him. This guy was a bit of a troubled kid, and and the teacher saw him like in the hallway wearing his hat or whatever, pants were baggy and all that stuff, and he's like, "Hey, take that hat off."
Yeah.
And the teacher had his lunch tray in his hand. The guy slapped his lunch tray out of his hand and punched him in the face. He got expelled.
He slapped the teacher's
Lunch tray out of his hand and punched him in the face.
That's wild.
And
man.
this teacher,
The level of balls.
when I was in high school, he was like such an asshole, right? Like he'd always be like talking to kids in the hall, like, you know what I mean? Always on people's ass. So like people didn't like him. But years ago, like one of my friends was like 10 years older. He's like, oh, that guy, let's just call him Mr. L. He's like, is Mr. L still there? I'm like, yeah, man, he's an asshole. He's like, really? He's like, he was the nicest guy. He was the best back then. So apparently what changed this teacher's life was he was in a relationship with a girl. I guess his wife or somebody that he was like living with, and she was basically like, "You have to choose me or your motorcycle," and he chose the motorcycle. He's been miserable ever
And
since.
he just takes it out on students now.
Just takes it on us students.
Hey, you fucking loser. Don't think you're going to live your life on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of getting a motorcycle? Well, guess what? She's just going to break your heart, you son of a bitch. She's going to make it, oh, is that what you want, Trevor? Is that what you want? To pick the motorcycle or her? I'll tell you every single time, I'll take that bike.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Poor guy, man. Lost his family. Got punched in the face by a kid at school.
High school kid, dude.
Yeah. Apparently,
it's always the
high school
troubled
kid,
ones.
that high school kid, there's also rumors that he fucked one of the teachers. So
Whoa.
he what a I mean, I hope he's
Legend.
I
We
mean,
gotta find this guy.
I would love to find him and know how he's doing today. Like, is he in prison or does he run like a Fortune 500 company? Like, he's just like a boss, you know what
Exactly. I would love to know if he fucking fucked the teacher and then like right after this guy's like, hey, you better turn your life around, you know, you can't be doing this. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah,
Flips the lunch tray, socks him.
Yeah.
That's straight out of a TV show.
I mean? If you just fucked a teacher, I think you'd have the confidence to punch one in the face.
Oh yeah.
I'm already fucking one.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I fucking and you
Yeah.
don't know that, yeah. Either way, maybe he fucked the guy and then punched him. Maybe it was a lover's quarrel.
Oh my god, that would be crazy.
Ooh. We gotta find this guy. There was a couple kids in our I think it was one, but so there were two brothers that were a year older than me, and they were the Edmonds twins,
Mhm.
and they were like developmentally delayed,
Okay.
and it was from like I think their parents had been boozing or something. I don't know during like the pregnancy or whatever, but they got. I feel bad, man. And this is the thing. I was telling you how my hometown basically canceled me. This is how shitty the hometown was though, and like growing up. So these two twin brothers who were not good, like well off, like developmentally delayed. Everybody called them Spetty Eddies. Their
Spetty
last name
Eddies.
was Edmonds. And these guys
What does
got
Spetty
picked
mean?
these like special ed.
Ah.
Spetty Eddie. And so these guys got picked on, man, from the time they were like grade one. Actually, I remember the one roughed me up in grade one, and I remember thinking, how is he mean already? Like, that's like a 6-7-year-old dude, right? But they ended up like fighting throughout elementary school, throughout like high school, like always just having to defend themselves, like fighting anyone who picked on them. They got picked on so much. Everyone tried fighting them. And man, it's sad actually. I always felt bad for the Edmonds
And
twins.
were they good
Trevor
at
and Travis.
Were they good at fighting?
They were decent, man, and the other thing is they'd never back down.
Mm.
Never back down. I remember they went with my buddy Cam Reed, and it was nuts. Like Cam, like I remember Cam just clocking them. Like, and there was like one of the girls had like a picture of the punch, like it was a perfectly timed punch. But it was like Cam beating up the Spetty Eddie, and it's like fuck. Like I felt so bad for those guys, but I remember him just getting clocked, coming back up, kept going, right? Like, so these brothers, The one came in, and there was a teacher called Mr. Parker Cates, and he was like an ex-Marine, I guess. But he was like very chill. He'd always be like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And he taught English, and he was he's like a very smart dude,
Okay.
right? He was very smart dude, and didn't take no bullshit. Had like an accent, like a Southern accent too,
Yeah.
right? Type deal. Even though what I just did was not a Southern accent. But I think same thing. He told one of the Edmonds brothers to do something, and the kid just fuck you, and they started fucking going at it. And then the one brother was like, "Don't fucking touch my brother!" And I think they both tried going him, and then he like
The
fucking
two kids double teamed the teacher.
yeah, and then I think he just like went Marine on him and just like boom boom and like disarmed him, and they were like like,
Nice.
but those guys were like they wouldn't back down anybody.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they're messed up on like hard drugs and shit now, which is actually sad because it's like whoever got them into that, it's like fuck you, man, fuck you.
I mean, some people I see on the street that are lives have been ruined by drugs. They do seem like they're having a good time though.
I don't know.
When I work in Kensington Market, I'll see some of the guys walking down the street just screaming at the sky.
True.
And it doesn't look like they're having a bad day. One guy, he just kept riding by his bike, and he was just screaming things at people, but like laughing, and he's just like, no, I'm having, like, he's just having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's booze. I don't think druggies scream like that. I think druggies are too paranoid to draw attention to themselves. I think they're they're more golemly, you know, more like my precious hiding shit. They're more sneaky, like, you know.
Yeah, sneaky. I had one guy come up to me.
Secretive. They're not the ones that are, hey, fucking tits. And they always yell about God. They're always like, Jesus is coming. It's like, no, it gives like, Jesus.
You must repent.
Yeah, it gives the actual Christians a bad name.
There's one guy that came up to me and he's like, if you give me $10 today, I'll give you $30 in 2 weeks. I'll meet you right back at this place. I was like, that's a great deal, but I don't have any cash on me.
Yeah.
And there's no way he would have fucking.
He wouldn't have remembered.
No,
that's why I think the ones that are screaming and are fuck yeah, I think that's booze. I think it's booze because they get so violent, and it's like it's not them.
One time I was doing Uber Eats deliveries, and I saw this guy that was whatever, drunk, cracked out, handicapped, maybe just troubled in the mind, and he was yelling things at women, right?
Yeah.
You know, you fucking. God,
I think I know this guy.
You bitches over there. Anyway, so I was doing an Uber Eats delivery, so I passed him by. I saw him yell at two women.
Yeah.
They kept going. I go around the corner or whatever, and he's there again yelling at another two women. And these women like stopped and like, why are you yelling at us? And I told them, like, he's literally yelling at every woman. Like, don't take it too personally. You know what I mean? You guys are just women that crosses paths, and he has something to say about it. That's it. But they really took it personal for a second. They like stopped. They're like, what did we do? Like, you know?
And they're like, how dare you tell us how he thinks, you son of a bitch. You're going to mansplain to me?
That poor homeless man.
Hey, give it to them some more. Yell at him a little more.
That poor unhoused man.
Yeah.
Sir,
I think
right.
I know the same
bitches.
guy you're talking about. This guy.
It's around your area. It was around here.
It was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right up on Bloor?
Yeah, around
here.
Yeah.
I guarantee I know that guy. I seen him, and there was one time, it was the first time I got sober, actually. And I was like, I was doing all right, but I was just having one of those days, like, in processing the emotions without numbing anything, like the booze or whatever. And this guy, I saw him, like, chirp these girls. And then I went in, and I think I was going into Bulk Barn, and I was getting flour because I was making bread at the time. Then I came out, and I saw him again, and he was chirping another set of girls. And I turned around, and I was like, that's not nice, man. That's not a nice way to fucking talk to people. And like, and he's like, what? He's like, what are you? Who the hell? And then he like started freaking out. I mean, I'm like, come on, man. You know better than this. I'm like, you know that what you're doing is wrong. Like, you know that.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he lost his shit on
Oh, he didn't, he wasn't
didn't like it.
You know what?
But then he walked away and then he was like, F you, yeah. And he, you know, he called me whatever. And then I was just like, you know what? He's going through his own shit. But I was like, you know better than that. I talked to him like I was the teacher, right? I was like, listen here, kid. You don't be acting like that.
Yeah, this is why people don't like you.
Yeah.
Your light, is it battery powered?
Yeah, it is battery powered and it just went out. Should we call it there? That's probably about an hour.
That's probably almost an hour. Thanks for having me. Is there anything you wanted to talk about before we go?
Thanks for coming on. I don't know, man. I think we got some stuff that we can clip out of here.
Yeah, us trying to learn how to use TikTok, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few viewers, 250. That's more than how many went through Instagram, I think.
I think you
Instagram,
got some
there's
new
40
followers
some.
out of it, and I'd like to get some new followers out of it. You can follow me at James. Come on now, ComeOnNow, because some people like to spell it different, but just spell it exactly how you'd write it.
Was James Cummins not available, or do you have it?
I don't have it, and I don't know if it is. Let's check.
I just always thought it's like so like for promoting, it's just easier having your name. Because I tried changing mine to mine was like B Lynch 88, and then I changed it to Braydon Lynch. But somebody had Braydon Lynch, and the
Mm,
exact way I spell it, and I'm like, oh, you're in for a rough life, man. I bet you, kid, people call you Brandon all the
this
time.
is who has James Cummins right now.
Yeah, so very similar deal, and I
He hasn't
just
posted
messaged
since
him.
2018.
I messaged him, and I was like, hey, I'm like, I'll give you $50 for this, like for the username. And he's like,
Yeah.
seriously, I'm in college right now, that would really help me out. And I was like, all right, well, I'll send you like the 25 now and then like the 25 later or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And he did it, and then I sent him money, and like he changed it, and then I got the name, so I'm like, sweet, I got my name. So
Nice.
follow me if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes or YouTube, and you don't already follow me at Braydon Lynch, BraydonLynch. That's why people call me Brandon Lynch. Most people still in comedy, I think my name is Brandon.
Most people
It
will
pisses me
spell when
off.
I tell them my name is James Cummins, they'll spell Cummins with a G, like the
True.
Cummings. But there is no G. The only G is me. It's James Cummins,
I did that.
like turbo diesel.
I thought you were Cummings. I remember I did that on one of the shows I had you booked on, and you were like, motherfucker. I was like,
Yeah.
sorry, dude.
Yep.
Sorry. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening, tuning in.
Yeah. Sorry for
We
not
hope you
looking you guys in
enjoyed
the eye
it.
back there.
Follow James Cummins. What did we talk about? We talked about sharks. We talked about octopuses. We talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah, fighting teachers
Yeah.
and refs.
We'll have you. Yeah, we'll have you on again. We always have good banter. So,
Oh yeah.
thanks everyone for tuning in. Canadian Famous Podcast, episode 6. What date is it?
30th.
April 30th, 2024. Thank you for tuning in. We'll check you later.